This morning's trip starts here in St. George's Square in Glasgow, Scotland. We are taking the West Highland Line from Glasgow up to the northwest corner of Scotland. We're headed to Fort William. Fort William. Along today's journey, our train got detached. We explore the bathrooms on board the train. I like this bathroom. And stop at the UK's highest altitude train station. But it gets more interesting when we actually arrive at our destination. So I've hopped in a cab with this stranger, and we set off to find Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in the British Isles, then to a warm and dry whiskey distillery. They say today's rain is tomorrow's whiskey. This is great. And all because I talked with a stranger on the train. I'm Michael, the channel's DownieLive. Let's get started. Checking out of my AirBnB, which is very cool. You'll see in a second. It's a 17th century church, St. George's in the Fields. That's because when it was originally built, it was sort of on the outskirts, outside of town, outside of Glasgow. But Glasgow has since sprawled, and now it's in the middle of town. Anyway, today we're going on the most scenic train trip in Scotland. Mostly because I realized, like, as I took the train into Scotland yesterday, I don't really love cities, and I want to see more of Scotland. So we're doing that. So I took a quick look at the two cars going in the direction I'm going. One of them has mostly tables, and that one filled up really quickly, and this one has mostly seats pointed in the same direction. But I found one with a table. I can maybe get some work done. Got my coffee at the little coffee shop in the station. I'm relaxed, ready to go. Has chargers here, plugins if I need it. So check if there's Wi-Fi. Okay, time for one of our famous bathroom tours. This is it here. It's a button to press, pops open. As you come inside, first thing you want to do, close the door. Now, you hear that? There's an announcement. In fact, so right above the toilet, it tells you that the toilet door is unlocked. Lock it. Now no one can come into the bathroom when you're there, which is great. So super spacious in here, very clean. This is interesting though. You can rinse your hands, get the soap, wash your hands, and then dry your hands all over the sink in this sort of all automated compartment. And it's great because then if, you know, when the soap drips, well, it just drips into the sink, and it's very efficient, very smart. I like this bathroom. Today's one-way ticket cost us about 32 British pounds and will take us from Glasgow west through the lowlands along the Clyde to Helensburgh and then north via Loch. I love these stations. They're essentially a bench and a dry spot to wait. That's it. Been going through the mountains for the last little bit. Currently barely snowing. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. So we've just uncoupled. Those two cars are gonna head to Oban. These two cars are gonna head to Fort William and Loch, and that's where we're going. So we're gonna stay on the back too. As we're now in the Highlands, we'll continue to climb as we enter Loch Lomond and the Trossachs National Park, where we'll find snow-covered mountains, damp fields of peat and moss, and long mirrored lochs. Yes. So this is Corora. This is the UK's highest altitude train station. And this is it. There's no town here. It's just for hikers, essentially. He's gonna catch the next train back. This is it. Don't know what else to tell you. Very cool. Thank you. I'll hop on right behind you. There's nothing here. So cool. That's it, we've arrived. We're now in Fort William. It's not over because we have a lot to explore here before I let you go. That train there is the Caledonian Sleeper. It's an overnight sleeper train. It's very fancy. They have new cars. We're taking that tonight, but that's in next week's video. So if you like train videos and adventure and exploring, subscribe now so you can see that. I also have other train videos that you can watch in a playlist that I'll link right there. All right, let's keep going. And this is it. This is the inlet of Fort William. That's Fort William right there. And what's most surprising to me is the fact that this is an inlet. This is connected to the ocean. We're at sea level, but it feels like more of a mountain town. Everyone here either climbs, hikes, mountain bikes in the summer. There's a ski hill nearby. So it really does feel like a small mountain town, even though we're at sea level. Sucker for any cute town with a pedestrian only city center kind of main street. This is what I want to see. So as I was on the train on my way out here, I met someone on the train.
And that's
yeah. Robert here, who told me there were 3 other things I needed to see while I'm here. So I've hopped in a cab with this stranger. Don't try it at home, but definitely try it while traveling. Just kidding. Robert's not a stranger anymore. Boy, I'm talking really fast. We are off to see the base of Mount Nevis, the tallest mountain in the United Kingdom. Correct?
Yes, and I'm staying at the Glen Nevis Youth Hostel.
Perfect. Lots of good stuff. This is what I prefer. This is, no offense Glasgow, this is much nicer to me than walking around a city and going to a coffee shop or seeing the city square and a statue. I would rather experience Scotland like this. Okay, let me know in the comments how you prefer to travel. Are you a city person or out of city? This is great. And all because I talked with a stranger on the train. So because I booked this trip last night at midnight, I knew I wanted to come to Fort William and experience that train ride, but I didn't really know what I would be doing here, and I only have a few hours. But when I met Robert, he suggested that I come see this, come see Ben Nevis, but also head down to where Braveheart was filmed and the original Braveheart village of what it's based off of. It's just down the road here. So we're going to do that now, and then we're going to a Scotch distillery when in Scotland, you know? So just found out that the Braveheart village, there were 2 areas on Google Maps, I should say. One where the Braveheart village was filmed, and then the actual original Braveheart village, and both are no longer there. So we could drive down, but it would essentially be an empty field, and I would stand there and say, "You can take away our lives, but you can't take our freedom." And instead, I won't do that, and we'll just go on to the next one. Okay, our next stop, when in Scotland, try a Scotch distillery. So they have 2 types of washback. They've got the stainless steel version and the wooden ones. You'll get a slightly different taste out of each, but obviously the wooden ones are the more traditional. So that's why they keep them, even though technically they're newer than the stainless steel ones. Because these have to be replaced every 30 years, whereas these will last for ages, and these are 60 years old and these are 12 years old. Oh, it's now raining. They say today's rain is tomorrow's whiskey. I like that. The final stage, the casks, they're over there, but I'm gonna stay inside. Okay, inside inside to try this stuff now.
Are you looking for a special one? I have
Ooh,
Nevis 32.
32.
You can take it out if you want to.
I'm 32. It's meant to be. I actually turned 33 in 3 days, so this is my last chance.
This is a special bottle because it's 1966, which is the last time England England won the Football World Cup.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a World Cup bottle.
Okay, so we were just brought over batch number 1, limited edition to try. What's really interesting is it was matured in 3 different kinds of casks: the bourbon cask, a red wine cask, and a sherry cask. So it has a mixture of kind of all 3 flavors. Little culture in a glass here from us. Thank you, Robert, for joining me.
No problem. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah. It's better together. Wow, that's very nice.
Ben Nevis. Boom. What a day, Robert.
It was great.
Cheers.
Thanks to a great day.
Well, that was such a pleasant experience, and look at that. Blue sky is back. So I bought myself, actually I didn't get this for myself, I got it for a friend. Tonight I'm headed back to Glasgow, hopping on the Caledonian Sleeper. That's all in next week's video. I'm giving this to a friend, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see who I give it to. I'm Mike, the channel is DownieLive. I don't know where I'm going next, but I know I want you there with me. You can watch this video if you haven't seen it before. Thanks for being here. See ya.
Hello.
Robert, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a great afternoon.
It
a
was.
lot in 4 hours.
It sure was. Enjoy the rest of your travels.
Thank you.
Bye.